Hi folks, welcome to Carl's Vapor Reviews once again. Welcome to the video. I'm sorry I've been away for the last 10 days or so. I've been really busy at work, etc. And I've also been waiting for bits of kit to come in as well to Elegant Vapor. I'm going to combine this video. This is going to be a review video for the ExPromizer clone from Elegant Vapor, and also my usual vlog that I do from time to time. So let's get my trusty iPad out and my coffee. This one for you, Dale. I brought back an old favourite for you. Ooh, caramel macchiato in there. So, what have I done? Since my last vlog, which was a few weeks ago now, 3 weeks ago now I think, I've done the Kato clone, which is still here. Brilliant device, great mechanical. The Stingray X clone, which I have 2 of. I'm going to give one of them away, not in this video, but I shall do a giveaway in my next video for that. I'll come on to the next one in a minute. I've also done Mrs. B's e-liquid review from eCig Wizard. Thank you very much, Sam, for sending me that. And I've just done the IPV version 250 watt, which is still going strong. Very good device for the money. What else have I got? Nothing there at the moment. Right. Inikin iTaste 1280. Now, I've heard jack shit from Inikin since when? I got told on Messenger, Facebook Messenger, from an Inikin employee 2 weeks ago that he would get back to me. The only person that's got back to me, because I messaged him about it, was Phil Basardo, and he's got in touch with Inikin. Obviously, he's got stronger contacts than I have, and he's been told that Inikin are going to change the board out to stop it, to stop the battery from firing below 1.2 ohms, which says to me there's a problem with the board. There's a problem with the PCB in the Inikin iTaste 1280. I've had jack shit back from Inikin, which not very good from a company like Inikin, to be honest. It's all gone quiet on the Inikin iTaste 1280 front with regards to me getting any contact from anybody. But I still can't recommend the battery. I won't recommend the battery because it fires below its specifications, regardless of whether it fires a shorted atomizer or not. It fires while below. It doesn't just fire below; it fires while below. I have had, get my teeth back in, Carl. I have had a 0.3 ohm coil firing on that battery, which to me is scandalous. For that battery in there, no matter what it is, 1280 mAh battery will not handle 0.3 ohm coils, guaranteed. The PCB should kick in and short it, and it should show up as a short at that. So I don't know where they're coming from with that. Anyway, that's in a box somewhere, so I don't use it, and I can't recommend it, so even still now. So that's it with regards to what I've done, etc. Right, let's go on to my review. I'll put the iPad down for a sec. I'll just have a drink. So I'm combining the vlog because time issues for me. I've got I'm still dead busy with the work and stuff, and a vape on my review device, which will come up shortly. I've just got this on my DNA mod, and I must thank Piper One off the AEC for selling this on to me. Brilliant device, homemade DNA Evolve 30 chip in there. Great device. I love the Evolve chip as well. 18650 battery, and it's a cracking device. It's got the Fat Daddy connector as well. I might do a review on it actually, because it is that good. For a homemade device, it is really good. Nice clicky buttons on it. Let me just see if I can get it in shot for you. There you go. The screen's upside down at the moment, or the wrong way round for you. But USB, micro USB connection on it. A little design on the back there. It is a fingerprint magnet because it's polished, but I like polished stainless or polished alloy. Lovely. I've got in here, I've been buying a lot of liquid from Paul at e-cigarette depot. His apple pie and custard take two. It's superb. Superb, Paul. Lovely. Lovely in a tank as well. 12mg. Nice plug for you there, Paul. Anyway, let's get on to, also, I've got to mention, I've had some rayon sent on to me, which I've tried. I'm not liking it, to be honest. Daniel PI sent it on to me. Thanks again, Daniel. I've tried it in a dripper and I've tried it in tanks. For me, this is personal preference, but for me, it didn't work very well in a tank. I couldn't get it to work very well in the tank at all. Obviously, you know, I coil a particular way, so it might just be how I coil. I might be using 2 smaller diameter coils, but I found it better, a lot better in a dripper than in a tank. I still stick to me. I use now cotton pads. Them Japanese cotton pads, supposedly Japanese in quotes. They're not the kendo stuff that I think it's a vape mesh company I had them from. 99p for 10, I think they are. But I use them, and I use normal cotton still. I still think normal cotton for me is just, it tastes better than anything else that I've tried. Like I said, thank you Daniel anyway for sending me on. It's I give 1 pack away for someone else to try as well, because he sent me 2 packets. I think how much he sent me? He sent me 10 meters of it. So thanks again, Daniel. That was great stuff. I've still got it here in the bag. So if anybody else wants to try a bit, I'll send them some on in a little envelope. No problem. Just message me. I'll go on to the AEC forum where I'm affiliated to and send me a PM on there. But yeah, and I'll send you some on. Right, back to the review now. That's the vlog over. Just what I've got coming up. I'm waiting on the Segali 50 watt, which I've heard some real bad things about it, to be honest, quality wise and the way it feels. There's some delay on it with Elegant Vapor shipment, and also the China ZNA clone. Don't know who's made that at the moment until I get my hands on it, and they're the 2 main things I'm waiting for. Then I've just had the ExPromizer clone and also the Big Dripper clone, which I'm yet to set up and play with, but that's the Big Dripper clone. I'll just show you that, and it comes with a bag of spares, and in that spares there's some ready-made microcoils, which is nice to see. Drip tip, big bore comes with. These are all from Elegant Vapor, and that's the dripper, Big Dripper, and it's plastic. Like I say, I'll show it you when it's on review, because I've yet to have a play with it. It's a squonking type. It's got like a spring-loaded. It's got a little bit of a tank on the top, a dripper on the bottom, and you squeeze the drip tip, and it's got a spring inside, and it squirts juice onto your wicks and your coils. And that's how that works. I had a little fiddle with it, and it seemed a bit awkward at building it because the posts were a little bit slightly below the slightly below the top of the deck. So I'll see how that goes. But that's it then, really. That's all I've got coming up in the next week, 2 weeks. I believe that the Cigalis will be here this week sometime, probably. And the ZNAs probably towards the end of the month. I think they're coming. I know other vendors have had them. And I've seen reviews of the clone. I've just seen Matt's from Suck My Mod. A great review again, Matt. And that looks very, very good. That did, that clone from A Mod, I think it was. So, yeah, obviously this video is going to go on for a little bit longer than usual because of me. I'm going to incorporating my vlog with it. So I'll end the vlog there. It's about 10 minutes odd, which is not bad for me, rabbiting on. So, review time. Now we'll go down for close-ups and all this kind of thing. Let me just get my iPad powered up again. This is my new way of, rather than using the computer I'm sort of doing my videos from, I'll use an iPad. Why not? So I shall go to my no, that's wrong. People messaging me again. I'm going to Elegant Vapor just to check on a few things. And also, because these have only just come in, see, so the pricing on them, I think it's around about £28. Yeah, £28 for the ExPromizer clone. Now, this is the box. It's made by Hek Vapor, HEKVAPOR, and that's the box it comes in. And that's the manufacturer. Now, what I found was a bit naughty was, I don't like things like this. I do a lot of clones, but what I thought was naughty is they put xvape.de there. That's the actual site that you buy the ExPromizer from, which is a bit naughty, that is, to be honest. Putting it on the box as well. Should do, you know, they've got their own manufacturer on there, but it's a bit, really, that is a bit naughty, that is. So, anyway, we'll go down for quick close-ups and that. You get a user manual in there, tells you how to fill it, etc., and the bag of spares, and I'll show you them everything on close-up, all broken down. Pick my manual up off the floor. So yeah, little brown box, looks like recycled cardboard. Yeah. So, at the moment, I've got this on my DNA, like I said, and it's set at 14 watts, and it's only, I coil my tanks above 1 ohm. It's a 1.3 ohm coil, and that's pushing out 4.4 volts on the DNA, and we'll have a vape. It's lovely. Now, what is it? It is, to me, it's a bit of a hybrid type atomizer between a K-Fun and a Typhon. You've seen the reviews of the, you've probably, if anybody's watching this review now of this, you've seen the reviews of the original, and to me it's exactly the same. I haven't owned an original, but I've seen videos of the original, and it looks exactly the same apart from the drip tip. But the drip tip on the clone actually fits without any wobble. I believe that was a fault of the original ExPromizer. It has the spring-loaded 510, etc. It is a 23mm device. Because it overhangs slightly on my Fat Daddy, but it is a 23mm device in diameter. Let me just read you some specs from what Elegant Vapor have got on their website for it. I like to read from the website, then at least I'm not giving you any duff information. The ExPromizer has been designed for easy and comfortable handling, neither for refilling or for the air control or tools required. In other words, no tools are required for filling or using the air control. It works on a vacuum principle like the K4 and the Typhoon, etc. And it's got 4.5 ml juice capacity in this tank, and it's got a spring-loaded positive connection, which is brass in here, which I'll just give you a quick look at, but I'll show you on close-ups properly. It all stripped down. And in the box, you get the ExPromizer tank, the top cap, which is stainless steel, and the tank is a polycarbonate, which I'm not a big fan of. The base is stainless steel, collector tank with air control ring is stainless steel, and sealing rings, O-rings, etc. You get a screwdriver, a set of replacement sealing rings, and 1 pair of replacement screws. Now, replacement screws. When I had this for review off Elegant Vapor, I messaged Phil up at Elegant Vapor to tell him that from the box, the deck doesn't have screws in. So you have to use the screws that are in the spares pack. Now, there are, I don't know if it was designed like this or what, there's 3 screws in the spares pack. Now, 2 of them I've had to use for the deck, and then you've got 1 spare. So there's actually 2 screws that you'll need to use. So in the spares pack, you'll only get 1 screw. You also get, like say, O-rings, a spare copper spring, and some bit of silica, some bit of canthal, and one of them double-ended screwdrivers with a positive and a flathead. So Phil's trying to sort out some more screws, and if he gets them, when he gets them in, he'll send them on to whoever wants them if they've ordered an ExPromizer. Because it should, I believe, have screws in the deck, and then possibly what's in the spares pack as well, whether that be 2 or 3 screws. So that's that out of the way. So what we'll do is I shall have another vape now on it, and then I'll rinse it out, and then I'll strip it down and show you all the parts close up. Obviously I haven't owned the original, so I'm just going on what I've seen on videos of the original and see if there's any differences. To me, there doesn't look any difference at all, apart from I believe you can get the stainless steel tanks and everything for the original. Whether they will whether the original stainless steel tanks will fit on this, the threading's the same or not, I'm not sure, so I can't say. So, but all I know is the drip tip's nicer. Just show you that on camera. I'll show you in close-ups anyway. There you go. The drip tip's nicer, it doesn't wobble either. Fits in there really tight. And it looks to me like it's a stainless steel drip tip, polished stainless. As you can see, stacks of vapor. Well, it's only at 14 watts as well, so I'll just kick it up a bit, put it at 15 watts. That's putting out 4.5 volts. I mean, it's not on its it's a lovely vape that is for me, so it's not on its widest air hole. It's on the next one down from the widest. You can, on the widest, you can do slight lung inhales with this, just about on this widest setting, if you feel that way inclined. I don't do lung inhales with the tank atomizers. They're meant for the flavour, really. Try to get flavour out of them. And with lung hits, you don't really get much flavour. So what we'll do is we'll go down to the table, have a look. Excuse me. Have a look at it close up, and show you all the parts, etc. And then we'll come back up to the top rate it, and tell you where you can get it from, how much it is, which I've already told you anyway, but I'll go over it again, and then that'll be it. So that'll be the end of the video and the vlog, the review and the vlog, should I say. So we'll go down to the table now, and we'll see you down at the table. Right guys, here we are close up with the ExPromizer, the box it comes in, which is, let me just open it up. That's what you get in the box. You get a user manual, which is in, it's a fold out one, quite in depth, and very nice. It tells you how to fill the tank, etc. Put that to one side. You get a bag of spares, which involves the screw. It includes, should I say, not involves. Includes screws, spare screws, O-rings, screwdriver, camphor wire, bit of wick, etc. Never use the camphor wire and the wick anyway. That's what you get in the box for the spares pack, so we'll put that to one side. Now, this is everything. Let me just, so I've changed to manual focus because it's easier. So, let's get in focus. Knock that down a bit. There we are. Now, drip tip. That's the top of the chimney. The top of the chimney piece, which is this bit here. The base, the airflow ring, insulator, brass 510 centre post or 510 pin, copper spring, the top of the tank, as you can see, the deck, and the two tank sections, poly and stainless. Now, let's just start from the top, and we'll just move all these other little bits out of the way. So, we'll just get in focus. There we go. This is the drip tip it comes with. Quite nice, polished stainless drip tip. Quite nice style drip tip, that is. Single O-ring with a translucent O-ring with it. So that's that. Then the next bit down is the top section. Now, I'm just zooming on the threads. The threads on this are very good. Just zoom in. There we are. Now the threading on these is, on this atomizer, is very, very good. There we go. I'll show you the threads. And this centre post here is fixed. It's part. It's not. It doesn't come out or anything. It's part of the design of this. So it's all milled out of one piece. And then you've got your conical design here, which I'm not a massive fan of, to be honest. I prefer it to be flat, but hey ho, that's the way it is. So that's that piece. That's the next piece down. So the next piece down after that, externally, is your two tank sections. Now, the tank at the top here has a O-ring on it. Can't see it because it is a translucent one. And then this tank section, the stainless tank section, is threaded all the way through. And it's nice threading. It is quite fine threading, so you have to be very careful. You can just about make out the threading there. Look, it's very fine, so you have to be careful that you don't thread it wrong, cross threading, etc. Now there is a top and a bottom for this tank. As you can see, there's a recess there, and then which is slightly bigger than that. So this is the way round that it goes. The smaller recess goes onto the tank there, like so, and then just screw it on. Make sure it's not tight screwing on, or else you'll be cross threading it and you have to be very careful with the polycarbonate tanks as well, that these threads here on the bottom tend to be glued somehow to the bottom of the tanks. They're never one piece. As you can see, there's a little ridge in there. These threads, if they come away, they'll come away around here. Just get my pointer. They will crack around here, all the way around, because they tend to be glued on after the threads do. But they are very fine, so just be careful. As soon as it starts tightening up, that's it. That's all you need. So that's your tank section. So put that to one side. That's it, yeah. Now we'll go to the deck now, because I'm going to build the deck up. Now, as you can see, there's my marker coil. It wants dry burning because I've been using it, and it's a K-Fun deck. It's a K-Fun type deck. Big channels, as you can see. Let's see if I can get there. There you go. It's quite big channels. Now, this is secured via this brass bolt in there, which have to make sure that it's tight, because it wasn't tight when I had it. It was quite loose, which in turn made this section here loose, because you've got what you've got here is a clear plastic. It's clear plastic bit underneath, which is the insulator, and then this is your positive section, all this here, and then that's your negative down there. But it makes all this loose if that is not tightened up. So that's the brass, and then so that's your brass pin. Now I'll just put that to one side. The threads on this are good again, by the way, and the juice channels are deeper than a K-Fun. Just focus in a bit more and get focused. As you can see, the juice channels are quite big. There's two of them, so you have no problems with wicking on this. It hasn't been flooding either, and my usual K-Fun type way that I build with cotton, which I'll show you. And then what you've got here now is the K-Fun style chimney, which you screw on like that, like so. And then this part, which is the top of the chimney section, it's got an O-ring in. You can just about make it out there. Now that O-ring is for where that sits, which makes up the full chimney section, which is why it's different than a K-Fun, because on the K-Fun, this part here is part of this. This enables, with this section being on here, it enables you to unscrew it without taking your juice out of the tank. So put that to one side, and you screw that on. Once your wick's in, your cotton wick is in, you screw that on there. Threads are good again. Now here comes the, also be careful of this O-ring here. It does tend to come off the bottom of the threads, especially when you're cleaning it, and with it being translucent you might not find it. So make sure that's on properly at the bottom. So there's your juice flow channels with the chimney on. So now this is the deck, or sorry, the bottom of the deck, the base of the atomizer, and on the bottom there you can make out it's got X-Vape and ExPromizer. It's not very deep, and it is like just an etching, a clear etching or a white etching etched into it. And then in this hole here is this tiny insulator, and what you do is you put that in there. Just get a little screwdriver just to ease it in. don't have to take this out. I just take it out for cleaning, and then that sits in there like that. Gives you your insulation at the bottom for this pin. This is a brass pin, and it goes in that way. So that's how it sits, and then you've got your 510 here. Now this will become spring loaded because that'll be pushed. That's free to move up and down in there, and then it becomes spring loaded by adding this spring to it like that. So there's your base of the tank. Then what you do is you put your airflow ring on, which has one big airflow hole, which is, let me just go off camera, sorry, and I'll tell you how many mil that is. It is a 3 mil air hole. And then on the deck itself you have your 3 mil hole there. It doesn't say what actual what these are, so I'm just going to guess. That's 3. There is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would say that was 0.8. That's 1.5, probably 2.5 and 3. That's my guessing. I'll just have a quick, see if I can do a quick little measure of them. And that's 2, that's 3, 2, 1.5 and 1. So it's 3 mil, 2 mil, 1.5 and 1 mil. That's the 4 air holes on there. That's just approximations anyway. So what you do is you choose your desired airflow hole, whether it be the largest or if you go right round to the smallest. So I've been setting this up not on the largest, which is that one, but on the next one down there, which is the next down small, next smallest down, and then you lock it in. There's a little cancellation lock in there, you see it? And you hold that there, and then what you do is you put the two pieces together, and then you hold it. I'll put it down like that, and then you screw them together. Once you've caught a couple of threads, you can just start screwing it up. Then what you have to be careful of, which I've found, is see how the pins got a bit off centre. That's the spring inside not being level. So I just if it becomes like that, you've got to unscrew it again, because I don't like it when it goes like that, because it could touch the sides. So what you have to be careful of is not to that's it. See, it's gone again. It's just the spring, see, inside forcing it. I think there's too much, a little bit. I think the insulator's a little bit too soft, and it's forcing it the way the spring wants it to go, because the spring's not compressing straight. It's forcing that. So what we'll do now is stick that back on again. Chose me airflow hole. Try and get it straight. There we screw it up. A little bit better. There you go. So that now becomes your spring loaded 510, as you can see. So that's the base and the deck and the chimney made up, and that's also a little collector tank in here. I'm not a big fan of the spring in there. I would have preferred this to have been just normal, because there will be current going through that spring, and I feel that any kind of, I don't know, any kind of short or what, or it'll go brittle over time because there's current going through that spring. There has to be, because it's the only thing making contact with this pin here inside internally. So that's my take on it. I've never been a big fan of springs being part of the current because they just they shrink in size, etc. So that's that. Then what we do now is we screw the tank on like so, and now you have to be careful now here that it doesn't get screwed on wrong. Just make sure it's threaded up correct. Now I'm not sure if you can have it that way, and no, you can't. You can have it, I wouldn't have it that way anyway. I'm just checking it, you could. I've always seen it used that way. So that's that way. That's how you screw it onto the tank. And then don't over tighten these because it can be, they can break dead easy, these polycarbonate tanks can. That's that. And then all you need to do then is put this on. But with it being, that's your tank set up, but when you fill it, when you're coiling it, you screw the whole lot off. So effectively you leave the tank section like that, because this is the typhon bit of it. What you do is you fill your juice in there, or you can use it in like a spheroid mode and put filler in the top and wrap it around there and use it as in like spheroid mode. So you drip your juice down here, fill it up to the top of the, just below the top of the level of the centre chimney there, and then you put this on that way and start screwing down like so. That's how you do it. So what I'll do is I'll give this a little dry burn. See how that's come off again there, that O-ring. You've got to touch it and it comes off. So I'll screw that. Just stick it on my just attaching it on my IPV. There we go. Let's give it a dry burn. Then I can wick it. I'm going to take it off here now. I don't like wicking it on them. Just knocked my camera over it and I burnt myself. So there you go. You have to leave these things in, these bits in. It's not real else. So now let's just get in focus. And there we are. Then we'll get some cotton. So I'll try and get the cotton open. Should open this before. That's what I'm using, just a cotton pad. And what I do is I just cut a slither of it off. Let's get it on camera. All the way up. And that's all I use, just that. And then what I do is I because I know what diameter my coils are, I pull that bit off, which leaves me that. I make a nice little end to go through. Pull that through, and then just twist and pull. There you go. So it's nice and not tight in there at all. Get the ends more or less level, like so. And then this is how I do all my K-Ford type builds. Bring them two up over the top like that. Screw that down, hopefully, like so. Screw it all the way down. Then I cut off. I leave. I'll show you how much I leave. I leave about that much. Probably a bit too long that actually. That much either side of the chimney, and then all I do then is just push these down into the deck, onto the deck. I push them down and then up towards the coil, each strand. I don't force it in there. And that's it. That's what it looks like. I'm just getting the camera focused right for you. There you go. That's what it looks like inside. So now all I need now is juice. So let's use some Swedish fish, which is another one of Paul's at e-cigarette depot. So we can take this off here now. I'll just show you what it is coming up at. There you go, look, 1.29, 1.3. Take this off here, and I need to prime the wicks with a bit in there first. Just put a bit in, just soak the wicks up. That's it. And then put the top on. Like so. And then what we do now is we just fill up the tank down the side. Need it too full, so yeah, just below the level of the chimney there. Probably put a bit more in. There we go. Just below the level of the chimney. Now obviously you have to be careful what juice you're using with polycarbonates. So none of your absinthes or anything like that, because it will crack them. And then you put your deck on like that, and then screw. So you've got a seal. Keep screwing at the bottom, not over tight, because you've got an O-ring at the bottom there anyway. And then you turn it up, and there's your juice. There's in there. You see the air bubbles coming up. Go on there. See air bubbles coming out of the airflow channels. So you know it's wicking, and then you put your drip tip on. So we'll go up to the top, we'll have a vape on that, and then see what it's like. See you in a second. Hi guys, welcome back up to the top. I've got it on my IPV now, put it on there. If you want to see what it looks like on a Kato, I shall screw it off here. I haven't vaped it yet since the build, and then it goes in the Kato mod very nicely indeed. It's got that extra little bit at the top as well, so you've got room for it. But that's what it looks like in the Kato mod. Nice looking actually in there. But I haven't got a battery in my Kato, so I can't use that at the moment. So I just thought I'd show you that, what it looks like in the Kato. It fitted in. But it is, let me just check on the yeah, just about fits in the Kato. It is a 23mm device, by the way, in diameter, but the Kato is slightly over 23. It's 23 and a bit, so you'll get a little bit of an overhang on either side on a as you do on the IPV there as well. Underneath, you can see there underneath here on your 22mm Nemesis and all your 22mm mods, it'll overhang a little bit. So it's the same diameter as a Typhon GT. So I've got this set it 2, 3, 4, 5, switch it on call. I think it's set it at 14.5 watts. 15 that is. 14.5 watts, putting out 4.3 volts on the IPV. I can show you that. Better off. I like to show you because there you go. 14.5 watts. So get myself back in focus, and then we'll take a vape on it. The flavour's beautiful. I've got some, like say, Swedish fish, which I showed you I put in. It's very nice stuff that is from Paul at East Cigarette Depot. Very nice stuff. 50-50, 60-40, 60% PG, 40% VG. All the Paul stuff is, but really nice stuff. That Swedish fish. It's like a fruit mix, gummy, them gummy fish type things. Stacks of vapour. Flavour, as I said, is very good. Flavour's on a par with the K-Fun, but obviously it's a K-Fun type build, so and to me, I think it's. And I've got the next one down from the biggest, so it's like the 2mm air hole open, and that airflow ring, how it locks in at the bottom, is you're going to like it or you're not, because you have to unscrew the base a little bit, that spring inside. The only downfall for me, negative wise, is it's got a polycarbonate tank, and it doesn't come with a stainless steel bottom tank, and I have juices that I use regular that might crack that, so I'd have to revert back to my K-Fun with my stainless steel tank sections. The only thing about, like say, buying the clone over the original is, can you get parts, spare parts for them? There's none available as yet, so and I don't know if the original will fit onto these. With it being a polycarbonate tank as well, if it cracks, your tank becomes useless then, because unless you can buy one from X-Vape, or they sell other tanks or you can get other tanks from somewhere else that will fit on the ExPromizer. It's one of them, because it's a polycarbonate tank. It's the longevity of it really with the juices that you have. Obviously now I'll be sticking to, I mean, I'm not even sure if the Swedish fish will be in there, because it's probably got kiwi and stuff in that in, which doesn't like polycarbonate tanks either. So you've got to make the decision over, do you want this type of tank, 4.5 mil capacity, or do you want, which is 28 quid from Elegant Vapor, or do you want to buy a clone of the K4? I like this. It's very good. Like I say, it's just how long the polycarbonate tank's going to last, because I've had these type of tanks in the past, and they haven't lasted 5 minutes. I've put some juice in that's a mixed fruit and it's reacted. You've got to stick to your sweetie like type custardy vapes in them really, or something like that, or your tobacco vapes, because of the nature of the tank. I have had lots of problems with polycarbonate tanks in the past because of the nature of the stuff that I vape. But a very, very good atomizer, and great flavour from it, great flavour. So that's the review, guys. Sorry it's been a bit long, because I wanted to get the vlog in as well. You can catch me if you want to message me anything about this ExPromizer clone, or anything I've said in the vlog. Put a message underneath the video on YouTube, or you can contact me on the AEC forum, should I say. Richo71 is the avatar. I've also got my links on the YouTube channel for Facebook, Twitter and Google+. You can contact me via email there. Thank you to the guys who sent stuff on to me. Obviously, thanks again to elegantVapor.co.uk for keeping me supplied with the devices to show people. Thanks to Daniel for the rayon. Thanks, Daniel. Who else have I got to thank? Oh, Piper for, I know I bought it, but keep up the good work, Piper. Great stuff, mate, for the DNA. And like I say, I've got bits and pieces coming, but it's just a case of waiting for them now. So thank you again, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.